questions. Time for questions, comments, thoughts. Yes, please. Captain, do we have questions for today?
Yeah, we do have Om Guru to all. The first question is, in what ways can I turn my ordinary activities into yagya, that's a sacred act?
So, a simple formula for this. Before you are acting, think of God. While you are acting, think of God. And after you finish your activity, think of God. This is not difficult. It's only a matter of training your mind. It's very simple if you just keep at it. If you, at the moment, there are days sometimes you do remember the Lord, but other days your mind is going in different alleys in your own mind. But then as the more and the more often you can tell yourself that, oh, today I forgot taking the name of Lord, but from now on I will be more careful. So it's just like being a teacher to yourself, and just keep reminding yourself, be your own best friend. So it will take some practice and some training, but this can be easily inculcated into ourselves. That when it can start from just waking up in the morning, that okay, I have by the grace of God I have woken up. So thinking of Him the moment you get up, and then you are able to do your daily activities. Just thank Him that I am able to do all these activities because of you, my Lord. And then whatever, before you start your work, like in the Indian setup, it is such a common thing to start with a prayer. We have a little temple even in your office, where you can just, before you start your work, you offer that to the Lord and you invite His guidance before you start your work. And even while you're doing your work, you are attending to some person, then if you can bring in the thought that this person in front of me is Krishna, the laptop with which I am working, the electricity which is making the laptop run, that is also Krishna. So let me just think of Him and thank Him maybe. And then when the work ends, you can simply thank the Lord that you were able to finish a task, because finishing that task has given you some level of satisfaction, and finishing projects has also given you the ability to earn some money so that you can fulfill your responsibilities. And all responsibilities and duties are given to us by the Lord. So as we have discussed, since everything is Lord, it is only a matter of time and training of the mind, and then it becomes very easy. Abhyas or practice is what Krishna has advised to train your mind. So keep repeating till it becomes an automatic process with you. That's it.
Next question. What is the difference between Christ consciousness and Krishna consciousness? Is the aim to connect with God when we perform any activity? What if it is a bad activity like suing someone, or when you sue someone, or respond to a lawsuit?
Okay, so first answer to the first part, Christ consciousness and Krishna consciousness is one and the same thing. The beauty about Master's teaching is not talked too much about various gods and goddesses. He has mentioned them, but he has talked about the human consciousness. He's talked about super consciousness. Then he's talked about Kutastha Chaitanya, which is equal to or same as Krishna or Christ consciousness, and then he's talked about cosmic consciousness. So since he has talked about these levels, we should also discuss things, the religious things, even which are congruous to this understanding. So this is the first part, as when we said Krishna consciousness and Christ consciousness is one and the same thing. Now the second thing is, if I am a lawyer, or if I am a person who's somebody has done something to me, so here at what level I am living in human consciousness. And when I'm living in human consciousness, that means I'm living in ego, and I'm thinking that I am this body and mind, and I'm also thinking that the other person is body and mind. If I was in Krishna or Christ consciousness, I would have already known that all of this is one and there is no problem. But as long as we are living a human life, in the sense we have not elevated ourselves to Krishna consciousness, till then we have to do our duty. And that is why Krishna, even after having revealing his form to Arjuna, asks him to do his duty. He has to fight the battle of life, because you are playing a role. Let us remember that we are playing roles here. We are playing roles of parents, of children, of siblings, of spouses, of partners, of professionals. These are roles. Now, if I am playing a role of a doctor, let's say, which is true for me in this life, then when a patient comes, then I have to utilize my intelligence as a doctor, and whatever I have learned in this life of medicine, I have to smartly and intellectually apply that, because I am seeing a patient. So I am not dealing with Krishna consciousness, I am dealing with Krishna consciousness who is come to me as a human. So therefore, from a human level, I will interact with the human, although the higher and deeper part of me will know that Krishna is in me and Krishna is in this person. But whatever human knowledge I have, I will apply to treat his human body. So similarly, if there is a dispute or any such thing, if again the matter of righteousness first has to be thought of, that whether this battle is a righteous battle or not righteous battle. If it is a righteous battle, for example, for a soldier standing, defending his own country, he does not want to harm anybody, because he knows that the other person also has a family behind, but because it is his righteous duty to protect one part of the citizens, that is the role he is playing. Therefore, he cannot be kind and compassionate in that moment where he needs to kill somebody else, because that is the role that is being assigned to him. Therefore, we must exist. So we exist at multiple dimensions. At the highest level, we must know that everything is one. And having that knowledge, keeping that knowledge always inside you, now you say, okay, but now today in this life, this is the role I'm playing, and this is the role another person is playing. Then what is appropriate when these two roles interact? When one person is hostile and the other is being repressed, then what is the interaction between these two roles? These are two characters. So when these two characters will function with each other, then it is going to be an appropriate interaction. The mother is also Krishna, the son or the daughter is also Krishna, but the mother plays a role of a mother and the child plays the role of a child. Similarly, in case of partners, similarly in all relationships, similarly in our professional lives. So we have to enact our roles to the best of our capability, but what is there in our heart should be higher and deeper than that. And therefore, even though I am suing someone, let us say someone has done something wrong and I need to sue. So I will understand that this is a human appropriate behavior that I have to do. In my heart of hearts, I know that this is Krishna and I mean no harm to this person. I intend no harm. May God bless his heart. But because this is the role I am playing, this is the appropriate behavior for this situation. And may God give me the strength to play this role in a proper way. So now this again has to come by training, by practice. This will not come naturally until you realize the presence of Krishna in yourself. So why is meditation most essential? Because only by meditation you will have the first hand experience that the Lord or Krishna is sitting inside yourself. And once you have that experience, then you will know that if Krishna is inside me, he is also inside everybody. And to come to that knowledge is a basic prerequisite in life, otherwise we will keep suffering. Once we know that all is Krishna and whatever I have to do is just a role, then I will not get entangled with it, I will not suffer out of it, and I will just be appropriate. I will be relatively impersonal, I will relatively be detached, but my heart will be with Krishna and my heart knows the truth. So you have to do whatever you have to do at the human level, remembering the truth always. Most important, to touch the truth first in your own heart. So if you are still confused, you still don't know what to do, meditate deeper so that you realize that God is present in yourself. And that is the starting point of a pain-free life. So I think that's it.
Next question is in verse 17. Lord Krishna has used mother and father relationship. So, what could be the reason for Krishna to use this affectionate relationship to explain his connection to us?
So because we think we have been born of the mother and father. We think we are nourished and nurtured and raised by our mother and father. And then we know that the love, the bond between the parents and the children is the bond which is like supposed to be very, very strong. So, and Krishna knows that we will automatically be attached to our physical parents. So he is saying that who you think is your mother, who is you think is your father, I am that. So, and also because he is anyway enlisting the whole list of things in the universe that he is, and because you are attached to something, to a specific relationship, therefore he is saying that I am that as well. So the reason, it's not difficult to understand why Krishna is saying that he is mother and father. If there's anything else you want to add to that question, then maybe Captain, do you have any extension to this question? Because
That's
this
it.
is a very
Because
natural.
yeah, because they wanted to know why mother and father has been used to explain his connection to us.
Yes, because we think they are our originator. So he's saying, I am the originator. We think they are our sustainers, but he's saying, I am the sustainer. And then the third aspect where we think that we are attached to these parents, these bodies and these personalities. Then he's saying, know that even they, I am. I am your creator. I am your sustainer. And I am the love that you get from your parents. And I am that love that you seek in your heart. So I think with that thought, we will end today's session. So thank you, everybody. Jai Guru. Okay, so just a little announcement. So next Thursday, we will not be having our class. And the next week after that, since I'm traveling, if I'm able to do the class on Thursday, I'll do it on Thursday or Friday. Okay, so as per the itinerary, but next Thursday, I will not be able to do the class. And of course, the next week we will continue. So thank you all for being with me on this beautiful journey. Jai Guru, God bless us all. Thank you, dear friends, for being with me. And now it's time for comments, thoughts, questions. So, Captain, do we have any questions?
Omgur to all. We have one question.
Yes.
I find it hard to give up control and leave it to God. Why did He give us a mind and body with agency if He didn't want us to solve our own problems? I also find it lazy and fatalistic when people suggest letting God take care of our problems.
Okay, so you are again, why we are saying is because we think that I am this little person. We are supposed to, when Krishna says karma phala tyaga, or when he says sannyas yoga, he is not saying don't give it your all to your best to the job at hand. You've got to give it your best. If you are, let us say, if you are a parent in this life, this is the role you are playing. Will you not give your best as a parent? You will. If you are a boss, you will. Even if you are an employee, Master has told us how we should be and we can be good employees, good employers, good parents, good siblings, good friends. Whatever role we are playing in this life, we must do it to the best of our capacity. But is it not wiser? But even when we do these roles to the best of our capacity, what happens is if we are living in ego, misery starts to come to us, because it is the tendency of Maya that we start to cling to all these things. We, as a parent, we cling so much to our children, we think that they should bring us happiness, and we think that we are the only responsible person for them. Now here we are forgetting the higher truth. We must do our best, but we must remember that I am above me. So if I have children, then the divine mother is my mother and she is the mother of my children too. So therefore, even though I will do my best, I will always in my heart, in the background, I will know divine mother is there. So I will give it my best shot, but knowing that there is this safety net. I will enjoy this life only when I give it my all. Do anything half-heartedly and it is a guarantee you will not enjoy that job. You will enjoy doing anything. Now remember, why have you come here on earth? Is master, of course self-realization is the goal, but he said entertainment and education. Now try giving your half-hearted effort in your study. You will not get educated. Leave alone the academics of the school. How will you get the knowledge of the universe if you don't give it your all to find the truth? You have to give it your all. Then entertainment. You will not enjoy anything if you don't put in your best effort. You try doing that, and if you look back in your life, you will find that the most prominent memories in your life which you now enjoy were the difficult times or the challenges that came, that you put in your effort, you graced your energy, you gave it your best, and then you overcame it, and now you can easily look back at those times that I was able to do this, I was able to be successful in spite of all that. Now think of the scenario where you would have not given it your best shot. The remaining periods of our life, the intervening periods when life is relatively pleasurable and comfortable, you will not remember those periods. They are just passing scenes. The real engagement with life comes when there is a difficulty and I am asked to play that game with the full involvement. Now the only thing what Krishna is advising here, get involved fully in your role, but always know behind all of these scenes is I am. And your life will become easier. You will still continue to enjoy your work if you are doing it full-heartedly, but you are not expecting anything out of it. And you are remembering the real power which is running your own system and which is running this whole creation. Once you remember this real power, then although you will give it your best and you will enjoy, but you will not be trapped by the net of karma. Then against your will, you don't have to come again and again. So that is the catch. There is a fine discrimination and discernment in your own mind that you have to, if you want to enjoy life right now, give it your best shot. Live the game, play your role, but don't expect anything in return. It's very simple. Half-hearted enjoyment is no enjoyment at all. Do the best at this moment, every day. And if you keep doing that, not only will you be victorious in your goal, but also you will start to enjoy life moment by moment. Always remember, God is the doer. He is doing eventually, and our final job is to realize. So what is the job in which we must put all our heart and mind is the job of getting self-realized, because that will solve all our problems. And therefore this is only an excuse that God is doing everything, why should I do? Don't get bored, get fed up with life, keep crying, be in melancholy. And this is going to be your lot. If we are going to have this attitude that God is doing anything, why should I do? Then where is the bliss in your life? No bliss. The peace that you finally win is the peace of victory, not a peace of not doing anything. Why does Krishna want Arjuna to fight the war? Because the victory that will come. Now compare the two scenarios. If Krishna does not fight the war and is not even getting one village from the 5 villages from Kauravas, then he will retire into the forest and he will keep telling himself, why did I not fight? Why am I not enjoying my life? Why cannot I be master of my own place? On the other hand, what is Krishna saying? Fight the war. Kill all those who are on the wrong side, because why? They are stealing away your peace, they are stealing away your joy. And within us, what is Krishna telling us? Kill your old habit patterns, kill all the tendencies, the desires, likes and dislikes which are taking away the kingdom of peace from you. And you have to fight this war within, because then the peace that will come after having won the war, there is no comparison to that peace, and that is the peace that we want, not of reluctant involvement in the world. We want to do it, give it our all, enjoy the process, and then feel victorious and peaceful. That's the goal. So I think that's it.
Next question is, please explain moksha, or is it same to self-realization?
Yes, of course. So God realization, self-realization, moksha, nirvana, all of this is same. Is when the little ego through which we are working, we realize that it was, is and always be part of the infinite. When we start to realize our own infinite nature, that is moksha. So why moksha? Why do you get free? Because you have risen above the law of causation. Very, very important. We are bound here on earth in a particular body, in a particular role, because of the cause of law, this law of causation. Some karma has resulted in some phala. Some cause has resulted in some effect. The life that we are living right now is an effect of what has been done previously. So unless we go beyond this, and that is we get free from forced misery, and that is moksha. rising above and realizing your omnipresent nature as one with the infinite Lord, separate from the law of causation, is moksha, is self-realization, is God realization, realizing that my Krishna and myself, we are one, all is one, and this life is a dream drama, it's a show, and from that perspective, if you're self-realized, then you can enjoy the drama and you will not be forced to come back against your will. Of course, it is your choice. If God asks you to come and help others, you will be reborn according to your will and God's will. But if you say to the Lord that I wish to enjoy being one with you and stay like that in love with you, that is also. So whatever, again, your heart's desire is important and God's grace, both are important. But all these terms mean that you will be free from forced suffering, forced misery. You will realize that you are infinite bliss itself. And that's it.
Next question is, how can we keep ego under control when entering into a dharmic battle like a legal court case? The ego leads with a sense of righteousness and revenge.
That is right. So there is this book by Swamiji, Sadhu Beware, and he has given about 25 points how to keep the ego subdued. If you haven't read this book, it's beautiful, and each and every point, every time we try to justify ourselves, every time I want to take the lead, every time there's so many subtle points where the ego wants to be aggrandized, or it wants to come to the limelight, and so many things, even the negative feelings that I think I am, unless I am humble, I'm still living in ego, whether I have a superiority complex, whether I have an inferiority complex, whether I'm too afraid to fight my wars. There's so many ways in which the ego traps us, and Swamiji beautifully lists these more than 25 points. Please read them. A simple way, in Christ has mentioned that there is a book by Thomas A. Kempis, which is called The Imitation of Christ, and in this it is said that Christ says, if you want peace, so you will have eventual peace only when you have transcended your ego. He says, seek to be the last rather than the first. So we are doing exactly the opposite things. Then he says, if you want peace, do the will of others rather than yourself. And then thirdly, he says, if you want peace, then instead of wanting more, want less. Now, because we are doing exactly the reverse of these three advice that Christ has given us, therefore we are strengthening our ego. Just give others credit, give God credit for everything, and it's very difficult, not easy to transcend ego. That is why you need the Guru, and that is why Krishna has offered us a simple solution. Whatever you are doing, offer it to him. So you are still maintaining your little I-ness, but when you are just saying, I offer it to you, Lord, and as you keep offering your actions, your thoughts, your food and your activities to God, eventually he will take over. And your ego will be transcended. You will know that anyway he was doing everything. So Krishna has given us a shortcut. It's not easy to transcend the ego because it's a major trap. But God has come himself to the rescue by the teachings of self-realization, by the teachings of the Guru, and he himself saying, offer everything to me. He is giving you the solution as to how you can transcend your ego. And again, the war has to be won, it has to be fought, and it has to be won. And again, let's remember, in the war of Kurukshetra, who represents our ego? It's Bhishma. And Bhishma has been given the Vardhan of Ichha Mrityu, means he will die only when he wants to die. So our ego will die only when it realizes its own falsity, when it realizes its limitation in front of the Lord, then it will surrender. So consciously it has to be offered on a day-to-day basis, on a moment-to-moment basis. Every night the devotee introspects and asks himself whether he worked out of egoity or was he selfless. Did he offer things to Lord or did he keep them all for himself? So every day you will have to keep reanalyzing your position as to whether you are going Godward or whether you are getting tied up in ego. So very important, simple solution, involve God in everything in your life. Follow the teachings of the Guru, and because the Guru is self-realized and God-realized, he can step by step lead us personally guiding us in His specific ways, which is crafted for us. We will be led to self-realization. Is it easy? No. But it can be done? Yes. Do we need to do it? Yes, yes and yes, because till we do this, we will not be free from misery, and it is our birthright to rise over all the suffering and misery in our life, because we are children of immortal bliss. And therefore, let's fight it out. Let's not give up. We have the power of the infinite backing us. We have Krishna loving us. So let's just give it our best, and Jivan Mukti will be for us in this lifetime. I think that's it.
That's all for tonight.
Thank you
Thank you
all.
so
Thank
much.
you. Jai Guru to all. May God bless us all, and we will meet on Monday for our next meditation session. Thank you. Bye bye.
Om Guru.